Tonight on Let's Have the Conversation, Mother 4 murdered over an iPad. How's the air quality where you live, huh? And they're starting fires with helicopters, y'all. Get out of here. It's absolutely crazy. You want to make sure you stay tuned in tonight because we have a super great segment tonight, y'all. You do not want to miss it. I promise you that. Don't forget, we have sponsorship slots as well. If you want to promote your business, if you want to promote, your products, email Let's Have the Conversation on Instagram if you would like to have a sponsorship slot, you guys. So tune in and let's get ready.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine. I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, know they lying through their teeth. They tryna loot the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat. How time zones lead. It matters just the data that your brain gon' see. How could be a master all that photon light? Avatar the body, just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z. I'm Super Saiyan 3, and we finna walk them down any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion could heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity, and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When it starts to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just tuning out the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking cryptic, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanite. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity, and me, you gon'
Greetings, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation. How's the panel? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Greetings, committee. We've missed you. We know we skipped last week, but we back, and we have a great show for you. What happened?
I forgot we skipped last week.
We did. Y'all, Charming will be back next week. She has some things to do. Don't worry, don't panic. She'll be back.
We love you, Charming.
We love you, Miss Charming, for sure. Yeah, y'all. So wait, before we get started, I want to show this little funny little clip because this breaking out the bag shit is getting ridiculous. Okay, people's about to kill themselves trying to break out the damn bag. Hold on, let me see.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I don't know where the sound is, but this fool, he trying to bust out the bag, y'all. He about to kill himself.
Stupid ass.
Like you rental wrapped, you rental wrapped yourself trying to break out the bag, y'all. I just wanted to play that. Like people are just stupid, and I feel like that's more of a validation for you too, Miss Quartita, because yeah, you said these challenges was gonna get dumber and more dangerous.
What is
Anyhow,
wrong with folks?
right.
Is wrong with folks?
Right. Okay, y'all. Well, let's get this thing going. We're gonna kick it off with Miss Aubrey Marie.
Honey,
Come on.
let's talk about it. Wait. Okay, so
We are.
y'all. Wait, I didn't know. I thought the banner was gonna go.
Oh, okay.
No,
We talking about the
it's
mother
because
of the
we got
mother of
Wild
four.
Wednesday going on.
You said what?
Yeah.
We got Wild Wednesday going on.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so listen. Oh, this is not the scheduled programming. Listen, we just go freestyling for you. Wild out Wednesday,
Yeah, yeah. I'm shooting at people like boom, you. You know what I'm
wild.
saying? Come
Okay.
on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Listen, okay. So me and Malika are going to tell y'all a couple of things, honey. So I know that many of you have heard about Miss Susan is her name. She was the woman that decided to unalive one of our precious Melanites after bullying, taunting, and abusing one of her children. Um, After she indicated that they were trespassing onto her property. So, after the bullying and after all of those additional things occurred on her property, because she's in the state of Florida, is that correct, Malika? She's in the state of Florida? Right. So, in the
Yes,
state of
Ocala,
Florida,
Florida, Aubrey. Ocala, Florida, to be exact.
yes. And in the state of Florida, amongst a lot of our southern states, they have a law called Stand Your Ground Law, which indicates for some people, if you have a person that comes onto the property or an intruder, or you feel that your life is in danger, you have the ability to shoot to kill. It's what they would indicate for the law. So, with her bullying these people and these Melanites that were on the property, um, she bullied them and she called them racial slurs and did all of that. And one of the children forgot one of their iPads on her property. They went back to retrieve it. She had stolen it from them. And when she gave it back to them, she hit one of the children, which was a 9-year-old Melanite young man. And she hit him with it and it cracked amongst her hitting him with it. Within that, he went and told his mom, and his mom decided that she wanted to go back and, see exactly what happened to her child, as any mom would when it comes to a grown up taking authority into their own hands. And unfortunately, the way that she did that, she assaulted the child. Um, Amongst the mom going into back onto the property, she knocked onto the door. With her knocking onto the door, the lady, Susan, I can't pronounce her last name, she shot through the door with her 9-year-old son that was assaulted, that was standing right beside her and witnessed his mom pretty much die from the wounds that were inflicted. So I want to bring to the panel, what do you guys think about this? How is this happening? And what are your thoughts? Because I was absolutely outraged when I heard the story, understood what is going on, and pretty much grew up around the law, stand your ground law, and seeing so many people lose their lives because of it. What are you guys' thoughts around it?
So, first and foremost, Ocala, okay, so my grandmother owned property in Ocala. I am so glad that she sold those 5 acres, even though it was a gift and different family members are watching. We love it and we love you for it. Gratitude. When you drive through certain areas there, I was telling Quatita previously, listen, all the pets are going crazy. If you hear it, it's not my fault. My cat keeps going grrr and running across the living room. The other two are digging into their crates, so I don't even know. Okay, so absolutely, MG. So when I was telling Quatita, when you drive through this area, certain areas, it's kind of that feeling of get gas before you go down those roads, because just don't stop, get to your destination type of energy. So it doesn't surprise me that this energy is lingering in that area, just as it did in Sanford, just a few hours away with Trayvon. It's very unfortunate, and I find it very disgusting. I find it disgusting how the police handled the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I find it disgusting that we're just getting alerted that she was just arrested.
Mm-hmm.
It took how many days to do so, and yet we don't even make it to the cell because we are taken out before we even have a chance to defend ourselves or have the public defend us, because it is guilty before innocence when it comes to our cases. I did see that Amanda Seales was speaking out along with others. Can y'all hear that? Oh, y'all almost had a show put on by Lola just now.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Hold on. It's a lot happening right now. Okay.
It's Wild Out Wednesday. It's okay, girl. Anything goes.
Absolutely. Wild Out Wednesdays. So, Amanda Seales was fed up. Let me tell you what, I applaud Amanda Seales. She was fed up and she was totally in Sean King mode and put the phone number, the information for everybody to contact, because she, as we are just as confused, she couldn't understand why there hadn't been an arrest made. And so with that pressure that was applied, because yours truly also dialed that phone number, with the pressure that is applied, I think that's what really made them make the move. But I don't understand how they continue to think that it's not going to be a backlash when someone unalives a mother in front of her children. And then what? And the assault and the breaking of the iPad and more. Go ahead, Quad Cedar.
I just want to respond to you because they try to start a race war. They've been trying to do it for a minute. You know, so girl, they know what they're doing. Them folks, fuck them. Go ahead, Malika.
Because this is like the conversations that we were having previously, and you spoke about it here, which was the there's so many different energies. What was the name of it? The wrong energy, wrong address, wrong this, wrong that, and it gets you unalived. Right. So what? Wrong backyard this time? Like they were literally playing.
It wasn't even her property. Right.
It's an apartment complex. They were playing in the field. I do agree completely, because even when I saw Quatita, the older Melanite gentleman that had shot the racist man that was throwing racial slurs at his neighbor, they were elderly, and he got out of his vehicle. I mean, the racist one was out of his vehicle going back and forth. The older man pulled out a weapon. He said, "What you gonna do with that?" And the elderly gentleman had showed him exactly what he was going to do with it. And I see that happening a lot. Happening a lot.
We saw that they just shot and unalived the little 5-year-old boy.
Wait, where is that?
I put it in the chat. I put it in our group chat. I said,
okay, I'm gonna have to go back.
Oh
yeah. Okay, yeah. I know. Okay. Yeah, it's ridiculous. First of all, I don't feel like stand your ground. That shit ain't for us, no way. That's for them to get away with murder. It's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's been some cases where that law has worked for us, but in most of the cases where we try to stand our ground, we still go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So we still get, whatever. So, I mean, and the fact that it took them, 2-3 days, they was hemming and hawing to even press charges on this lady. Like, come on now. Had there probably not been public pressure, she probably wouldn't have gotten arrested. Let's be real. Go ahead. Come on.
I just want to say real quick, I do think stand your ground works with financial class, because the football player that I was telling you about that we were going to do last week, with the girlfriend who called her brothers over and he ended up running in the house to go get his weapon. He called it stand your ground, and they were actually leaving the property and he sprayed their vehicle. One was unalive, the other was hit, and the two others, I think they got away without any harm. He was found not guilty. That they just announced that he was found not guilty based on stand your ground.
On all counts.
I did
but
see that.
He's a football player, and I know his lawyers, they pockets was ran. So it's not for the hardworking, everyday, get up and keep continuing to give your efforts to these guys. It's not for them.
Now, how's she gonna feel? How's she feel about her brothers being all fucked up because you didn't call them over there to whoop some ass because you was mad about a phone call, and now this is what it is.
And you're married, and you were mad about a phone call from a woman, and
hopefully
you didn't know
you're not married any longer after this. Hopefully,
I hope that, especially after seeing the court footage. Anyway, sorry.
Malika looking good, y'all. Malika look pretty.
She do. We all giving it.
Her Thailand.
Me.
She's in her Thailand energy.
Listen, let me do my Dottie shimmy. Do it,
Dottie.
Do it, Dottie.
Get it? Don't hurt them. Don't hurt them. Anybody else want to touch on this?
Um, this is Carolyn Bryant energy. Remember I said that fuck this bitch, I hope they kill her in jail. Never mind.
I'm with it.
Yeah, that's definitely probably what's gonna happen.
I mean, it is what it is, and it do what it does. Um, but somebody said something about whooping ass, and I feel like whoever's setting these fires in these forests need their asses whooped. You know what I'm saying? Um, who was setting fires from helicopters, Chaz? What is that about?
Um, well, it's it's not technically who, because we already know who set fires from the helicopters. I got a quick video clip. They took down the original on TikTok. The guy that actually put up the video, they took it down. So people just been like clipping from that and then
Uh-huh.
speaking on it because they took down the original because they don't want you to really see it. But I'll
Okay.
play the video real quick.
Okay.
Um, let me see. Let me start it over. Hold on. Hold up.
No, it's all good. Yeah. They
Oh, here we go.
That's how you start a fire. It's to clean out that tree. Look at that. Fake news. Let me just tell y'all this. That is called a controlled burn. You start
So basically,
a fire where the other fire has not even been yet.
So basically, what it was real quick because they took down the original version of the video. It was like probably like a minute or so. Basically, what's going on is like it's a helicopter and it has like I don't know like this fire bin or something like that, like a helicopter that shoot fire out and it just go around these forests full of trees and just start the fire. That's basically what's going on. So basically, the government is around starting fires.
Did you say force this?
Forests.
Did you watch a biopic pic on that?
Huh?
You will not. You will not, Malika.
Don't add me to the collection.
You are added, ma'am.
It's too late.
The force this.
We are integrating your information right now. We are integrating it right now because it's a consumption. Just saying.
That is too funny. But you know what, Chaz? I've also go. What happened?
The logistics of the consumption and the obstacles.
Oof.
We have a whole dictionary, but now the force sisters.
This is so clarity, okay? This is
Aubrey, that is not on the list, okay? That is manifesting positively. That is not on the list.
Y'all have issues. No, what I was gonna say is Chaz, I've seen it was a few years ago, where you see somebody that was able to film, but you could see the laser coming from space and hitting in the forest and igniting stuff. So don't really surprise me one bit.
All levels, that's what they doing.
Now it's
No,
the
sorry.
Apple reporter.
You know that happened. Oh, sorry. You know that
Yeah,
happened in Italy? Also, from the ocean, a lot of the government buildings were lit on fire. A beam was seen coming out of the ocean.
I think I remember reading or seeing something about that for sure. For sure. Jose?
Oh, I was just going to say to add on with the forest information, how there is the Canadian wildfires going on and how they're affecting Virginia and Illinois and Ohio. And right now, it wasn't supposed to go past June 4th, but it's actually extended its way out and it's still going on. It's June 6th, I believe, or 7th. It's one of those days, but it's definitely extended its way out and it's supposed to be the cutoff is the 4th. So whatever's going on, they're saying like whatever is coming from the fumes of there, it's really like coming down heavy in those certain states. I just find that to be very strange and peculiar as well, from all the way from Canada, and it's coming over that little. Isn't there like a body of water where it comes first? It's like a river. I don't know.
So you're saying like the air quality basically is just shit right now.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
with history, but
It's crazy to me that why is everything happening in New York first? Because remember when everything was happening with the, the virus that they put out here for the people. It was in New York first, and they were the first ones to shut everything down. Da 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 da. This, that, and the third. Now they're saying that be careful. It looks like the orange haze there. So why is New York the first place on the list? Is it because it's overpopulated and that's your first place to just go to make as many people sick as possible?
It's always New York or California, but most
Yeah,
of the time it's in New York first. Always.
we we're all New York and LA are always the testers. Always.
Y'all ground zero.
Yep. Like right now, the AB 665 is starting in California.
Yeah.
Hmm. They test it out on whatever coast, and if the people go for it, then they start implementing it everywhere. Hmm. It's yeah, it's sick what they do. It's absolutely insane. Um, did anybody else want to touch on this? No. All right. Okay. Well, I want to kick this thing over to Miss Malika and the Apple VR because we know I like tech, but you on a whole nother level. Come on, break it down for us.
Okay, so there is a new gadget coming out. Why would y'all set me up like this? Now that I'm here, I am regretting it because I know we are not supposed to be using VR. However, Apple is coming out with a new product that will challenge the current popular VR headsets. I won't say any of their names because none of you should be purchasing them. I am the tester. I have taken that place and I will handle that for us. Okay, just to make sure, report back, all of that. Anyway, the price on this is $3,500 from what I've seen listed. It is an upgrade in the sense that you no longer have to use the controllers like what comes with the Oculus. You no longer have to use those. It's just the headset. They do have, if you wear prescription lenses, they will create prescription lenses for you that are magnetic, that go inside because glasses cannot fit in the frame. However, there is a battery pack. And so there's a string that hangs and goes in your back pocket. They say it's pretty light, but it's still, it doesn't get in the way, but it's noticeable that it's there. The reports that I've seen, not many people have interacted with the games. So for me, I'm gonna stick with what I got until it comes out. I can't promise you anything, but I'm gonna stick with what I got because I like to exercise on it. If I can find my controllers. So to whatever cousin has been doing the work to make my controllers disappear since we learned that VR is not for us, I need you to stop. Let it up, smash the candle, whatever work you are doing, let it go so I can lose this weight. Gratitude. But I wish I
But
had
were you doing it when you knew where the remote controls were?
every once
Hmm.
in a while.
You know what?
Every once
I
in
don't know
a
if you've
while.
been working with Ishu, but Ishu he be taking stuff of mine too, and I have to get him his own to put it on the altar. So
Goodness.
I'm just saying,
You may
never
have to buy
know.
him a remote control.
Hmm. Because Ishu he wanted earbuds,
Like
he
you
wanted
the
toy
cat,
cars. Yeah. Hmm.
And then Isha will give them back if I get him his own.
mysteriously they just appear.
Just appear,
But how
just
am I gonna
appear.
get a replica? Those are $150 something each
No.
controller.
No. Just go and buy him a small little play
Oh,
remote
okay.
Hmm.
control and tell him
Hmm.
Okay.
it's for him.
Like
Okay.
I put an earbud on the altar to a set that I that don't work no more, and he don't mess with my earbuds no more. He was satisfied with that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that for real. I thought it was a cousin.
Hmm.
Sorry, cousins. Sorry, cousins.
Yeah,
I ain't
no,
mean to
like
say
when
you,
he
but
took my Yehuda cat, I had to go and buy him a replica of it. Well,
I
he
remember.
calls it the
The
Yehuda
Yehuda
cat.
cat, yeah, I remember that.
As we were leaving the hotel, we looked down and it was just sitting on the floor, and we know that it was not there. It just
Mhm.
was sitting there. So he will bring it back. You tell him,
Hmm.
he said, "Don't touch her stuff. This is for you."
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get the controller. I'm gonna order it today so I can get it back tomorrow because I'm trying to lose weight. Okay, that's all. But again, this is not for you all to purchase. This is just to let you know. And I am interested in seeing how they are going to connect because it is Apple. All of the new
What's
AI
your food, Isha?
functionalities. Isha. Who that?
Listen,
You shoe cousin?
We're not gonna do
Y'all
Marcel.
better leave Marcel
She's
alone.
going in the book. She's going in the book.
You
In the
leave
book. In the book. In the book.
Come on, Isha.
What a consumption. What a
girl. No.
Woo.
That is
That
too
integrated
funny.
nicely. That
It
integrated nicely.
integrated nicely. It did.
According to the statistics.
According to the statistics of the obstacles. So.
That's somewhere in the forces.
Some people are in the book. They don't even know they're in the book. You feel me? Nika knows she's in the book. Now forces and the obstacles. One of our cousins actually had put that in our comments. So you didn't know that you was in the book, ma'am. You're now in the book. She repeated obstacles twice instead of obstacles. She said obstacles. You're in the book, ma'am. Twice she
I
said
think we all in that damn book. We all gonna end up in the book at some point.
and segregated.
Let nobody get it past once. It's one time and you automatically wait. What did you
I'll
say?
stop the whole car. You could be in the midst of a cry. Excuse me. Did you just say?
All right. Just for clarification. Force
fires. Yes. Forces. Is that what you said?
That is too funny.
He's like, man, I can't even go back on that. Like,
Right.
everybody heard me. Can't even go back from that. Like, right.
Okay, look. So I want to touch on this last story that we got before we take this commercial break, right? But we don't know whose story it is. It's about the people's disappearing in mid-flight. Whose story was that? Because I got it's in my story, Jose's story, Carmen's story, huh? And with question marks. So,
that's
anybody want to talk about
the notes? And I couldn't remember who said it because all the notes today was me. So I don't know if this story belongs to Aubrey or it might be Carbon's or it might be Jose's or Charming's or Chaz. I know Quatita didn't say it, but I remember it being mentioned on the call, and I don't know the details to the story, but there was this entire consumption this week in regards to a military flying craft, whether it crashed or it disappeared in midair, and they had sent like backup to go and follow up on this craft, and there was an accident. Nothing has been found. Nobody has been found. There's no trace of it anywhere. So it was pretty interesting. It fell into line with all of these weird or, clarifying things that are happening in the skies. Yeah.
I know,
sounds
like
like a cover up to me.
Hmm.
What'd you say, Jose?
It's like Amelia Earnhardt. That was her name, right? Where she went missing.
Amelia Earhart.
Earnhardt is she's an actress.
And the NASCAR driver, Dale Earnhardt. It's okay.
Yeah,
We fly and act
right.
and drive.
Like, I know that's a recent person.
Well, the one that went missing, and we've never found.
Right. I know you're talking about though. I know exactly.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all are cracking me up today. At any rate, so okay, that puts perspective on the people disappearing and whatnot. Okay. With that said, y'all, we're gonna get ready to take this commercial break from a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, y'all, it's about to go down. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a little
Powerful.
Oh shit, Carmen.
Indulgent. Riveting. You hear the rumble of the earth. High council, affirmation, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now. Only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
All right,
Carmen,
y'all.
from now
Yes,
on, I'm
ma'am.
gonna wait for you to do like this. When you do that, then I'll hit the way.
All I heard was, "Oh shit, Corbin." What is
I was cracking up.
Let me unmute. Oh shit, Carbon.
That was too funny. It cracks me up. You don't even know. All right, y'all. I'm about to toss this over to the governess, and so you can do. No, I'm not tossing it because we don't ran through the stories.
So all we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna talk about the past live sessions and what, because see, some people's were not televised. So let's start with Aubrey first. So as you know, I've been doing the past life readings, just wanting to see who you were in your last eon or the eon previous to, or whatever eon comes to me. And so I had did the live yesterday, and then after me, Malika, and Aubrey, we jumped on the call. And so then Malika had stepped out, and I told Aubrey, I said, Aubrey, you were a lounge singer. You were biracial. And she started off singing in lounges, and then a genome man loved her, and they started putting her in movies. And I said, but I think you died from like a drug overdose or some sort of alcoholism or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you were very beautiful though. I said, I think your name was like Dara or Darla or something. So we're searching, we can't find. So I do all of the stuff yesterday, and then we on a call again, and we're like, well, who is this? And I'm giving her more information still, and Spirit showed it to me, and I said, oh shit, bitch, you was Dorothy Dandridge. Aubrey Marie was Dorothy Dandridge. And I said, get the fuck out of here. Oh, let me say this. Jazzy, gratitude for the donation. It doesn't stop me from wanting to rub your booty, ma'am. So anyway. Doesn't stop me, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
Aubrey Marie was Dorothy Dandridge. And it wasn't even something that we were planning out or thinking about, or it just really like everybody else's. So that was the sweetest thing. And so when we are looking at like the pictures, we start seeing similarities. Yes. Like they have the same nose, cheekbones. When Aubrey is in her bag and she does her makeup, let's show the pictures. I'll show some. We were looking at it. And we were just like kind of really the fuck blown away.
Yes. Very much so.
Very much so. So Aubrey does her eyebrow this way. And we're like, Aubrey, like the smile, like it is for real. Like seriously, we were like, what in the fuck? Mm-hmm. And then of course, y'all know this is Jose. Robert, look at them eyes. Those are Robert eyes and cheekbones, but okay. He was a killer in his past life. So we found these people. So I was gonna say this to you too, Jose. I keep feeling like I got something in my eye. So you know how Miss LT was Helen Bradford Thompson and Helen Burris. I believe you were Robert Herman and Robert Norton. Honestly. And I believe they actually kind of were years apart, but not so far apart. I would have to actually look at that one more time. But you also favor on one of the pictures, a couple of the pictures, Robert Herman as well, because we found him. But this man, Robert Norton, also carried a lot of the information, had the information damn near exact of what I had given to Jose on the past life readings. Virginia, he was a lawmaker. He fought for the rights. He was biracial. His mom actually was a slave. who had 3 children, supposedly by the keeper. So all of that was interesting. I did not get to do Carbon, Chaz, or Charming, but I got to Malika last night. So I was like, Malika, I was kind of waiting to do you, but let me go ahead and give it to you. And I told her, I said, you were a teacher of children. You taught them alchemy via vocals and frequency. And I didn't even know if that was a thing. Malika found that. It's called vocal alchemy. And I told her she was from Thailand. And I said, it's so weird because I keep wanting to say Persia as well. And as I'm giving her the reading, Sheshoni came in and let her know that she was a governor or governess, Sheshoni is, of Thailand. And you know that Sheshoni is a Bengal's tiger. And so I told Malika her story of her life being that she had lost her first love and her first child. And she was very heartbroken and she tried to end herself by going into the water, in which she had a stalker because her husband now had been wanting to get with her the entire time, like really wanting to date her, court her, love her. And she was not having it. And so he had been watching her from afar. So when she went into the water, she tried to, unalive herself. He came in and he saved her. And all I could see was him smiling at her and she's crying, and still didn't give him really a time of day until later on in life. Go ahead, Malika, because you found some things.
So I thought that was really interesting because Ro has been telling this, well, what I thought was a lie, but now I know is the truth. He has been saying this since we got together. When people ask how we met, he'll jump in and be like, I was chasing her for decades and she would never talk to me. And I'll be like, why are you lying to people about this? He even told Naila that when she asked how we met. Naya is my daughter, for those who are new that don't know. That he wanted me for so long and I just kept ignoring him. And I was like, where are you getting this from? What was also really dope is that Quartita was saying that his name was pronounced with like a duh, Durham, Durin. And then I was just holding off because, the rules of readings or tapping in and doing any of that work is you hold the validations until the end or until you're requested to do so. So then Quartita says, Malika, why are they asking me to ask what his middle name is? And sure enough, his middle name is Darrell, which is the same sounding name that Quartita was giving. When it comes to the alchemy through sound, vocal alchemy, and using music and teaching the babies, that I definitely connected, and it felt amazing to know that that's the same process that I do with goddessance. And Aubrey had pointed that out quickly. Aubrey was like, the bottles. Aubrey and Bobby were like, the bottles. Dottie and Bobby. The bottles, you sing into the bottles, because that's a major part of the process. And one thing that Quartita was seeing also is how much I love the flowers. And I would, be out in nature and I just loved the flowers. And if you have received your package, you already know how that connects. So it's amazing how it's pulled through into this life. And I was telling Quartita, it makes me feel, even when you felt that it wasn't the right path, it always was. You were destined to be here. This is who you have been as your alternates in the eons. So gratitude for that. Gratitude to Shoshone. The other things that stuck out also was Quartita was trying to figure out my name.
Lamaria.
Right, Lamaria. And immediately when I looked up Lamaria, I saw on there that it said that Lamaria has been represented in Christianity as Mary. And if you all have been here for a while, you know that Yehuda refers to me and the deities refer to me as Miriam, Mary. Please say the correct name because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. The Black Madonna.
Dantor Izuli.
Gratitude. And so that was the immediate connection, and we were floored on that. And then there was another goddess that kind of had a similar sound to their name as well in spelling, and they're the goddess of music, goddess over music. And there's actually a singer who is currently present now, who was named by the Dalai Lama the goddess of voice. And she looks a lot like the woman who Quatiter saw in the vision when she was looking into my eon. The other thing is the Thailand reference, right? Aubrey, the tea is good. I feel
In
it, boo.
Persia.
I felt that.
Is okay.
I'm about to warm mine up too.
Listen, so in the Persia and Thailand connection, I was trying my best to not be too emotional. I was so emotional because for my birthday, Ro had sent me a video, and where he wanted to take me was Thailand. And to know when Quatiter said to me, "Oh my goodness, he wanted to take you home." Like that really hit, because out of everywhere. Anyway, the entire process was so beautiful. I found out that my daughter in my past life was my mother, and it makes sense. And Quatita and Aubrey got to hear her get that information today, and she was like, "Well, yeah, it kind of makes sense because I'm the more responsible one." And this is how she rules my life. So that was on point. She's my mother's bestie. She gathers evidence with her iPad and forwards it to her through text message and Google Meet. So everything was just on point, and I give so much gratitude. So much gratitude.
Not to
Wait, and
mention
then you
in
got to
some
get
of
one more thing. Remember, where
the
say,
papers of Persia, remember, Persia was actually listed in there in the references that I came across last night as well. Go ahead, Aubrey, what'd you say?
no, I was gonna remind her. Remember, Seishoni said, once you get there, find her and she will find you. I
Yes.
found that to be so beautiful. Like whenever you do get the opportunity to really go, she's gonna know that you're there and really help you kind of come in between one with your home. Like that's so dope. Like
And can I just say that when we finally did get off the phone, I went and curled up under Ro, and if you have the opportunity to have, I'm not sure how Quatiter is phrasing this, but if you get the opportunity to tap into your eon through Quatiter and the work that she does, if you get the opportunity to gather that information, please do so, because it has an immediate impact on your existence. And we've discussed this previously. Quatiter has talked about it here, of how it sparks, it ignites something in you, parts of you that you didn't even know were parts of you. I went in the bed and I hugged up my hubby, and I feel like I did work for both eons, because I released apologetic energy for not seeing his worth earlier, and making sure that I never not see him now in this existence, to make up for the years that we weren't together because I was running in the previous existence. And even the work that I got done today when it comes to the business, and just knowing this is what I was meant to do. This is exactly where I was supposed to be. This is exactly where I am supposed to be, and where I will be in growth and elevation. Do it. Sign up. Get it done. That's all.
Can you explain what the vocal alchemy is? And I'm going to show this picture that was sent, because we did Jasmine Simone yesterday. This is Jasmine Simone, and this is what was sent.
You know who she reminds me of? The character off of the Western movie, the all Melanite Western movie. She was like a kind of study. She had the guns.
Kofi.
She was, yes, that's
Yeah,
who she reminded.
to me like, who she remind me of?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
then when I told her, I said, somebody just said your story sounds like Kofi from The Harder They Fall. And she said that character is actually based on Kathy William Kathy. And I said, wait, Malika just did a story on Kathy Williams for Memorial Day. And it all just came back around. Now, the strange and interesting part about that, Carbon, is when, because I've been speaking with Jasmine Simone all day today about this. And she told me, she said, oh shit, she just sent the image. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't got on my glasses. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Wow. Wow, let me get closer up on it. Wow. Now, that's interesting. Now, this what was so crazy about this is she actually said she's been researching all day. She said Emma Jean, which is I told her I believe that was her name, Emma Jean, but she didn't like it, so she either went by Kid or Nicholas. Um, Emma Jean is a character on Sons of Anarchy that works in a brothel, validating my past life. So I ran a brothel. So, but I kept saying, I think you were in love with a woman that actually like ran a brothel or had some sort of underground thing. And now I'm looking at this. They know our history. They're taking our history, creating shows and movies and TV pilots and redoing things and moving shit around. So I think they know who we are. We don't know who we are. And again, this is just one of your eons, one of your lifespans, you know. So imagine what you've done. We've come across Charles Drew, you know, of course, Helen Burris and Helen Bradford Thompson. Come on, Malika.
Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figure. Did you see? I found that. Okay, so let me.
I didn't want you to forget. I want you to tell it. I want you.
So the lady that I was telling her, I think she was like, I said kind of like Hidden Figures, right? So upon me doing the research, all I typed in was, I think like Black women working for NASA or something, and Hidden Figures popped up. And I put Bolden in. And the man who ran, who they worked for, last name was Bolden. Inside of the people from Hidden Figures, his name was Bolden. And then the character played by Janelle Monáe, name was Mary Jackson. I said I thought her name was Mary Bolden. It's Mary Jackson is that one. And the man who she worked for last name was Mr. Bolden. So don't know, but I found that to be very interesting. And they showed pictures of all of them, all of the ladies that were standing around that actually did the work and worked for them. So because I did not get to do Carbon, Chaz, and Charming, we're going to take our show today and we're going to do that and look at their eons. And although Charming is out because she's doing her birthday thing, she's going to tap in for a second to get hers done as well. But I want to warm up my tea. So as we're doing that, I'm going to just go ahead and run a commercial real quick. Okay. And I'm going to pop my tea in the microwave real quick, y'all.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
I sit, close my eyes, inhale and exhale, and ask myself, what is it within us that makes us give up on our own experiences based on the beliefs of others? How is it that beings, even societies who in so many ways exemplify strength based on societal norms, find comforting ease with going with what is popular presented rather than what is? Why limit self to some when you can have all? I am living my life as it comes to me, aligned with those that I can learn from as they learn from me, those that will not attempt to mold me into the perfect fit for their journey, but rather provide guidance if they sense I am straying from my path. Regardless of who we are or have been within our personal journey, we complement each other within the blessing of the experience that is us. I am living my life in the realization that that which supersedes is my ability to understand that my personal experience and the results of that is what takes precedence when it comes to the formation of my being and my personal belief system. I am aware that my beliefs, those which guide me, may have fact energy within my journey, but should be received as opinion to others, as this ensures that they before any are the grand creators of their journey, as I am of mine. This is the beauty rather than the conflict of difference of opinion, as we were all brought here to play a part, not to please others, but rather to be exactly who we are uniquely for the betterment of self, which then carries over to the betterment of all. Grand Rising.
right, we back, y'all. We are back. Let's keep this
What,
thing.
Carver? What was you trying to hear? And puff on something? What was you doing? You trying to get something?
No, what happened? Nah, what
What happened,
happened?
Carver?
See,
Carver?
see what see what happened was maybe just a little, but we not, we don't got to talk about it.
He came back. Please back y'all up.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Everybody put your
Right, that's too funny.
So
Look, I've been
all
trying to
I
be
know right
quick.
now is because I was trying not to tap in before time, but they kept telling me you're John. I don't know John who, Carbon, but we're gonna see. I'm just gonna clear the energy real quick, y'all. Ooh, y'all was in it. Y'all was in that thing. Gratitude. And a similar prayer. We're gonna get on into it. All right, let's see. Let's see. We're gonna start with Carbon.
Oh snap!
So it hasn't changed. I was trying to see if it was going to change. They keep calling you John Deere. I know that's the person of the riding lawnmower, but I don't know if that's the same thing. But they keep saying John Deere, so I'm going to say that because I have to. Okay. Um, Polytheistic, polymistheistic, poly. Oh wait, there's Charmy. Hold on, let me get her up here. Polytheistic, poly. Hi, Charms. Polytheistic or something. I don't know what that means, but take note of that. You passed as white. People did not know that you were melanite, but you were. You were passing because I see you. It was almost like you were heavy into the church. I don't know if that's where the polytheistic or whatever that is coming in at. But I keep seeing you in the black suit, look like with the knickerbocker type pants, like with in the meeting with all of the genomes, they did not know that you were a melanite. You were passing. Um, you could also find yourself. Um, they also say Graham, like John Graham, dear Graham, John, dear Graham, John Graham, dear. Look for Graham as well. But from the time you were a young man, because there's a black and white picture of yourself, look like you're turned to the side, same nose, very slender face. You look like yourself to me. Um, it's not that you were a con man, you just were passing. You know what I'm saying? Um, you became very upset at some point because I feel like you tried to like pass laws or you tried to put bills in, and I feel like they kept vetoing you or they wouldn't let you speak the way that you wanted to speak. Graham dear, Graham dear. Um, I feel like you would have been in circulation maybe around the same time as Lincoln,
Wow.
who was also passing. early on. I almost feel like something happened to your feet early on. I don't know if you like had a foot decapitated. Um, I don't think they really knew about diabetes at that time. But I feel like it was something diabetic that had like you lost a foot or something. Like you saying early on, like what you thought you were going to accomplish, you not necessarily did. Okay. I feel like that is what stops you from accomplishing things in this eon because of the hindrance that you felt that people which is also why you call yourself an out of the way baby, because they kind of ignored you every time you tried to put a bill in. Like I feel like you were a lawmaker but you never got to make any laws. Do you understand me? Like I feel like they did not take you seriously as they should have because I feel like you were younger than these people. I feel like you were military or something at first. And maybe that's how you lost your foot. Not sure. But I don't even know if it's the whole foot or if the top of the foot, but there's an appendage like missing. Um, John Graham, John Deere. Um, you never let anyone really see you fully. You kept people at arm's length. I almost feel like either you blackmailed someone or someone was blackmailing you because I believe that you at that in that life you also were gay, okay? Um, but never let anyone in. But inside of that, I feel like you were covered, like you were passing a lot. Um, because I feel like the person that you may have been married to, I feel like the child was not your child. You know what I mean? And that could have been her cover as well, where she was having a baby out of wedlock. You understand? Like we were each other's cover in a sense. And now they give me a second name, Jonathan Meyer. Jonathan Meyer, Myers. So that may be both eons, two different eons for you. So, okay. Um, I feel like at one point, either Jonathan Myers or the other John gave a speech on like the memorial or spoke on the steps of something. I feel like tried to speak. I feel like you like were either trying to be in the limelight with Lincoln or you knew Lincoln of some sort. Um, but for whatever reason, you just weren't taken seriously the way you should have been. I feel like what ended your life may, and I don't know which eon we're talking about, but I feel like it's in the stomach, like pancreas, what we would know is pancreas cancer. I feel like it would be something like that. If you find anything, just please let me know. Okay.
Yes, I've been over here taking notes so I can definitely do my homework. Absolutely.
Okay.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay. Charming. Greetings.
Greetings, governess.
All
That was
right.
so crazy. That was amazing.
Gratitude.
Gratitude for that.
What I know offhand is Egyptian. Um, I feel like you were a mystic. but almost like gypsy like you traveled around and would do like mystical things or magical things. Um, a lot of the eye makeup that you do now is very like it resembles what I see. But there's a what something that's throwing me is because I feel like you were also a thief. Like you were good with stealing. Um, I kind of feel like that's what like ended your existence. Because I keep feeling like you were decapitated. But I feel like you traveled and did like mystics. I almost feel like that's how you would do it. Like you would get in there. Um, Unfortunately, I don't feel like in this particular eon there's like no photos of you, you know. But ouch, that hurts so badly. There's something about you telling people that some of what was being taught was a lie. Um, like very rogue or something. Your hair was very, very long and knotted. So it looks like you may have had like what would be locks today, but it looks very long and knotted. But the back looks down and the top looks up or something. Um, Definitely don't seem as sweet as you do today. You know what I mean? Um, huh, that's interesting. Um, you are a thief, man. Like you would do tricks or show people or do mystical stuff, and at the same time, I see you like putting something like look like gold or brass in a bag at the same time of doing this. I feel like you traveled. They keep saying gypsy like, which I know is like gypsy nomad kind of thing, just traveling along. But I feel like you were not necessarily by yourself. Like there were a group of y'all that traveled together. Have to say it like this because Phantom was actually Brianna's husband. Had to say it like that. Um, I don't feel like you had children. I feel like you were like very rogue and by yourself. But the thing is, you did not, I don't feel like you had children, but I feel like you had, and which is maybe how you got in some places, because he may have covered, because I keep feeling like you were having some sort of like an affair with someone that would have been like royalty status kind of thing, you know, like you might have been like kind of like a concubine or something. Um, You are kind of much like Malika in her eons. She's always in different, what we would know as countries. She's always in different places because they showed me a few of your eons, and it would be what we would consider Australia, what we would consider Persia. what we would consider the Dominican like Republic. Like you always kind of show up in this way, different places. But from what he keeps saying is like your journey is sometimes not always your journey. Like sometimes you're always wanting to like learn or show things. Unfortunately, it seems like some of that is what used to get you into trouble. Um, but the way that they explain is like this time when you in incorporate it, and that's the word they're using. Like when you incorporate it, why would they use that word? When you incorporate it into this eon, you wanted to try love and marriage. You decided to give it a chance. Um, and I feel like that's some of where the feeling sometimes comes from of um, being in the wrong placement of some sort, you know. Um, your name was like Dinah, Diana, Diane, something that sounds like that. Um, Dinah, Dina. Don't think you lived very long. I mean, it may have been around like the age, if we have to put an age on it, it may have been around like 31, 32, um, that you were decapitated. I almost feel like what got you caught was you tried to steal. I want to say somebody's like camel or some shit, like something that moves around. Like, I feel like you were trying to take it. Very, very aggressive person, but also just kind of doing your own thing in your own way. And even though I feel like you were with a group, I feel like I rarely see you with the group, you know? Like I feel like this part of you looks the same, your eyes look the same. I feel like your nose maybe like different, like longer, maybe. Um, very beautiful because I feel like your cheekbones also come up some, but your hair, I feel like it's darker, like a blacker looking color complexion. Um, Still very thin. And then maybe because the way he keeps saying it, like you know, thin because you weren't not eating properly, of course, because you know you were stealing a lot of stuff, just trying to sell things to get things, you know. So I feel like that's where your eons are. But I feel like honestly, the whole mystic or mystical, um, I think your story is very interesting. If we were to look at it, because they keep putting you, I'll keep wanting to refer as a palace or something, like they keep putting you in this as if you were like entertainment because you were mystical. And then I feel like you caught the eye of someone in the palace. And I feel like you were there for a while or something and then got kicked out. I don't know if the affair was, I don't know. But then I feel like that's kind of where it goes, where you start to still take things, trying to survive. Um, and you used your mystical thing ability to do so until they cut your head off. Gratitude, Charming.
Gratitude so much. I'll have to call you. I'll have to call you after this, or soon, or tomorrow, or something, so we can talk, because I can validate things right off the bat. So.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. I can't wait to hear it.
Yes.
Gratitude.
I appreciate you so much. That was amazing.
Yes. Gratitude. Malika, did you find anything?
I was looking, but I was saying we want validation too. We want to hear the validation. Okay. I was looking. I found for Carbon. Well, I gotta go back. I didn't even take screenshot because I switched the page. Because immediately I started hearing the song. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen. I know. You know that song? Remember it? You guys don't know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nursery rhyme. I don't know why I know it. Anyway, it started playing, so I looked it up, and it's like an old folklore song. And I'm looking up Gypsies and Dinah now. But for Carbon, I did search. And I found, let me go back, because this is all charming. There was a woman, I don't know if she was named after, you know how they say like Mr. and Mrs. Romales last name, you know? Her name is Mrs. John T. Myers. And there's a whole article in regards to her connection with Abraham Lincoln. So I'll send that to the group chat. Because it's a lot, so I didn't have a chance to read it right now. And
OMG.
Then the John Deere, when you were describing John Deere, he actually the picture looked like John Deere. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, where is it? Come on. And there's also an article on John Graham to Thomas Jefferson, but I didn't get a chance to read that either. Let me go back.
I'm over here blown away.
Was the picture of John Deere to the side. Oh, don't be looking at what I ordered.
Wait, let me bring you forward so we can see it.
Don't be looking at what I ordered, y'all. Oh, not again. When you said with his face to the side,
yeah,
that was the first thing that I pulled up.
He was younger in the picture, but I can see it. Okay, gotcha.
But and then the other thing was the Mrs. so on and so forth. I sent the article to the chat though, so you.
Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at it.
There we go.
I ain't got my glasses on. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna send the John Deere one to the chat too.
Oh, shit! Wait a minute. I ain't put some glasses on.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Let me turn it to the side. Oh. John T. Myers. Wow.
Whoa.
Arrived at the heart of the Pearl, Philadelphia, next Friday when Lincoln's birthday will be celebrated through the nation. To the average person, the day will call to mind a heroic figure, Lincoln, the emancipator, the immortal, the Superman. But to Mrs. John T. Myers of Moylan, the figure that will live once more before her mental eyes will be at the simple, kindly human being with a warm hand clasp and a smile that shone with such ineffable gentleness on a little country schoolgirl. Child, I need to know more about John T. Myers.
Right.
And that connection there with Lincoln, that's amazing.
No, that is so dope. Gratitude, Malika.
Now, her name was Sarah A. Myers.
That's why I'm assuming they used her husband's name for her out of respect for the. But look, was John Deere an abolitionist? So John Deere, like Tractor John Deere, that the family going back, it says John Deere himself was an active proponent of abolition through his participation in anti-slavery petitions and support of Mennonite churches and abolitionist-led schools. I didn't know that.
Oh, churches like what was I trying to say? Polytheistic.
I think.
What does that mean? Let me look that up.
Someone put it in the chat that it means to follow multiple religions.
Oh,
but I don't know. I didn't look it up myself, and I saw it briefly go by. I hope I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah. Poly, yeah, because the mono would be one, so poly, yeah, that makes sense. Uh-huh.
Polly. Sorry, wrong time.
Wait a
Let's see,
minute,
John
Chase.
Twigs Myers.
Chase, I
Uh,
think your last Eon was up to date. Black lady, wore glasses, hair. She's a speaker. They keep showing me her pictures. Keep saying that's Chaz. I do not know her name. She was very, very well known. Oh my word. What? Okay, so let me just go into it. Um, Very free thinker, free speaker. You were known as a loudmouth, like that would not stop talking. I believe you knew Coretta. They keep saying Angela came after you. I keep want to say Frida Moore. Like I don't know. I'm gonna say that name because I hear it and I don't want to like exclude that out. Um, I feel like you talked about like women's rights, abortions, things like that. You talked about the rights of women. You wore glasses like the one lady that were pointy as well. You did a lot of things to change a lot of things. There's some similarities of yourself and you in this eon, but you also look different. Because I feel like the woman you were was thinner, like structured in the face and slenderer body. The way you were built, like really cared about women rights and changing things. I don't know. I keep hearing Frida. I almost feel like you ran for something as well. Some sort of like politician type thing. Like you wanted to run or you ran for something or you were going to run for something. Um, you were around during like the civil rights time. Um, they keep showing me the one man. Oh my God, I feel so bad. I cannot think of his name. He was shot and killed in his driveway of his home. I keep want to say Everett. What's his name?
Medgar Evers.
Medgar Evers. Like you knew him. I keep wanting to say 65 was a big year for you, and I don't know why. Either you did a walk or a march. You talked about bombings and things like that. Like it's the hair for me. It because it looks like it sat out, almost like it's not an afro, but it's kind of it's kind of may flip up at the end or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Women's rights, women's choices. You want to say Frida, I keep wanting to say more. I don't know if they go together. Um, which I feel like makes you feel like right now in this eon, like like sometimes you feel very fulfilled when you do your lives and you're talking and we get to bring out like different different things. It feels like I feel like sometimes it makes you feel like something is missing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to be speaking on something. We just don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's because before that eon, you were also like a tribal member of some sort of warrior energy where you also like fought something. You belong to some sort of, they keep showing me the woman king, right? So I feel like you belong to something similar to that, or what that was based on, because they keep showing me that. I have chills on that. Um, Back to that one with the Frida. They also keep telling me Angela King. So I'm going to say that name as well. Don't know why. Just take note of it. Angela King. Um, I feel like you pushed forward with a lot of stuff, but I feel like there were like threats and phone calls made of, stop talking, shut up, nigger, that kind of thing. Like you may have had a child. I keep wanting to reference a son, but I feel like there was stalking. Like people were stalking you because you were out making noise. Um, wait. You know what, Charming? I think, and also because they're taking me over there and saying that's you, and one of your eons, I believe, like, and please don't shoot the messenger family in the chat. I believe Madam C.J. Walker stole something from you in turn. I think she stole something from you because I feel like you were like some sort of chemist, or you would put things together, or you knew how to make like potions or tonics or something. And I feel like they keep connecting it like she stole something from you or something. So I needed to say that like that. Um, like to bring you to one of your most recent eons. Frida. They keep saying look that up. Did you look up Frida? Somebody please look up Frida or Frida Moore or Frida King or Frida, like Angela King or Angela Moore. Like one of them. I feel like it's Frida Moore and Angela King.
I found Angela King.
And who is she? What does she do, please?
She is a speaker. Let's see. For Women's Watch back then. Let's see. A diplomat is what they call her, but I can't find much on Frida, but I have found Angela King.
Yeah, nothing's not coming up for Frida.
Her! That's who she looked like. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is not her, but she worked with her. See, this is who I thought you were. But they say that she worked with her. Oh.
Okay.
That's who I thought you were, but they said her and Frida worked.
I just want to say that hairstyle was done at Beauty World in Brooklyn, New York, at my grandmother's hair parlor. That's what they called it back then. Gratitude to Miss Chisholm.
That's who I was thinking, but they kept showing me her, but then they kept saying Frida. So I was so confused. Oh, they work together. So let me see. Shirley Anita Chisholm was an American. Why I'm doing it like I got glasses on? What the fuck? I'm looking like this. Was an American politician who in 1968 became the first Black woman elected to the United States Congress. Chisholm represented New York's 12th congressional district. See, that's who I thought you were, because I kept seeing her face, but they kept saying Frida. So they worked together. So apparently you worked with her. Wait, this is Frida has to do with hair, though. Madam C.J. Walker, maybe. Let me see.
Someone put Frida DeKnight in the chat, and I'm laughing at the conversation we had earlier because Frida DeKnight is a cookbook of author of A Date with a Dish, a cookbook of American Negro recipes. And we were just asking Chance to make the recipe book earlier. That's Frida DeKnight. It says hidden figure and titan of African American cuisine. For the cousin that mentioned her in the chat.
Unless you are Shirley Chisholm and you were friends with Frida, you understand me? Because they keep telling me, they show me this woman and they tell me you did these things. And the same accolades look like it's Miss Chisholm. You know what I'm saying? So I Google. She said she Googled politician Frida and Shirley Chisholm came up. So definitely looks different. Definitely looks different. Very interesting. Now I want to see, because I believe that's who you are. Because that's what they showed me, but I don't know why they kept saying Frida. In 1984, Chisholm and C. Dolores Tucker co-founded an organization initially known as the National Black Women's Political Caucus. This was established during the vice presidential campaign at Geraldine Ferraro. But see, this is the stuff they said that you did. You know what I'm saying? They kept showing me her and giving me that description. Ooh, you was married twice. She was married twice. But I guess she didn't mind the zick then. I don't know. They was handsome too. Arthur Hardwick and Conrad Chisholm. This is what I get. Don't know why when you look up Frida, she comes up. And maybe that's why they're connecting it like that. Not sure. But this is who I kept seeing you to be. But whatever reason they kept saying Frida. But they gave me these accolades. So strange.
Do we know if she changed her name at some point? Maybe.
I was about to say the sound like it. Especially if he was married twice. I was married twice.
They say she passed in 2005, though. So I don't know. I want to know who Frida is. I feel like I need to know that to get understanding. Because they told me to stop and look up Frida. Let me see. That's so interesting.
I have a question. So, like, when we found out who we are in our past lives, are you able to like channel their energy?
That's what we do. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's how I know that some people, some of our past lives work with us today. I would like to say all of them because I can only imagine because you have an oversoul. You know what I'm saying? So I have to say it that way. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up Frida as well. I'm not finding
So
anything.
y'all so crazy. What happened? You say you think they founded it together. Let me see.
I couldn't find anything on it.
Okay. Let's take our last ad break, our last commercial.
Okay. Just want to say officially say happy birthday, Charming. We love you.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Charming.
Charmy. Love you guys.
Love you too.
We gonna
Love
turn up tomorrow on
you.
live, so
Yes, join us. And with that said, y'all, we'll be right back after word from our sponsors.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com. Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High Council, Affirmation, Oracle, and Tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now, only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
All right, y'all, and we are back. We're gonna give it right on back over to the governess, y'all.
No, did y'all find anything? Somebody has sent me, Chrissy Fields sent me, says she asked AI, and there's been a few Fridas who have been involved in politics, but the one that kind of stands out is Frida Modoc, who was an Indian independence activist and member of the Indian National Congress. She was an advocate for women's rights who worked to promote education for girls. So, don't know, but it's so weird. I feel like that the Frida that I'm speaking of would have had some sort of knowing, dealing, or understanding of Shirley Chisholm because that's who they kept showing me. So you may have done some work with her to some degree.
Okay.
That's so strange. I'm gonna still listen a little bit. I do. I think you had some sort of connection with her because that's who they keep showing me. Now we got to find it, and I'm sure we will, but it's just the fact that it's going to bother me. Maybe I need to spell it differently. Let's see. Oh, everybody is in deep look. Y'all is over there searching. So anyway, well, this is what I get, and this is what I pick up on at this moment. Okay, so what I know is you were an activist for women. Angela King comes up. Like I said, I hear that name, as well as Frida Moore. So, did we find anything on Angela King? I know you said somebody said they found something. Yeah, Frida Kahlo was on that list as well. Jose, I thought you was getting ready to say something.
Not Angela Staton King, right? Not her, right?
No,
No.
that's the embezzler with Phaedra, allegedly.
It, I'm trying to make sure I got the right one there. Angela Evelyn Vernon King. Is it her? She was a Jamaican diplomat.
I'm gonna have to do some more research.
Yes.
Because all I know is she would like coincide with the same as the description of being an activist working would
She
have
worked
worked.
for the equal rights of women.
Yes.
Yes. I think this is her, Angela Evelyn Vernon King. And she worked with the General for Gender General for Gender Issues in 1997, and she retired in 2004. She was a Jamaican diplomat.
Oh.
She was the member of the GRWUN Group of Equal Rights for Women. I don't know.
All I know is she knew Medgar Evers, and she was around at the same time of the freedom movement, um, and something about 1965 or 65. Um, I believe she would have also known Shirley Chisholm.
Angela King is known to have had a connection with Medgar Evers. Medgar Evers was a prominent civil rights activist in the United States, and Angela King worked closely with him during the civil rights movements. Evers was the field secretary for NAACP in Mississippi and played a crucial role in organizing efforts to combat racial segregation and discrimination. Unfortunately, he was unalived in 1963. Angela King's association with him underscores her involvement in the civil rights movement and her dedication to advancing equality and justice.
Is she still alive?
Angela, I think she died in 2007.
So, Goddess Imani and Miss Juliet McKay. Not sure, but what I'm watching, and we spoke about it yesterday, how everything everywhere all at once, like you're existing in multiple parallels at the same time. How we saw Helen Burris as well as Helen Bradford Thomas. So I'm not sure how that works, but it looks like it is. Not sure. And that's what's confusing to me, honestly. Say doppelgangers. What carbon?
Nothing. I just information overload, trying to find and look and search and. Yeah, that whole John situation. I know. I
So
know.
can we look and see if there is a Frida or Frida Moore who would have also been in connection to Coretta Scott King? Yeah, I think that's so strange that I think Charmin is one of the people that Madam C.J. Walker took something from, stole something from. That's interesting. Donna says she feel like a child in her favorite class. I'm not a good researcher, so you say you were looking it up. Come through, spirit. Show us what we need to see. It's a time period 50s. Don't know. Very well could be. All I know is 65 stands out for whatever reason. I don't know if that was like 1965 or because how I said to Just Jazzy yesterday when I said 43, and then when she did the calculation between his passing and her birth was 43 years. So I don't know if that's 1965 or 65 means something else. You say she looks like her two tap. Who? The Frida Kahlo? Let me see.
Well, 1965 holds the Bloody Sunday um, march that they had in Selma, Alabama on the 21st of March, 1965. So she could have possibly marched in that, you think, with them because,
Oh, so because 65 is the Bloody Sunday.
yes. So,
Oh.
and then Selma was a big thing because, of course, they made a movie out of it. So ultimately, she could have been one of those people behind that because it was an activist thing. And then when was Martin assassinated? Was it in 68?
Don't make me lie to you.
Listen, my head is throbbing a little bit because I'm like, I'm really trying to find it. But I think, I don't know, there may be in connections with that
They
part.
said there is an Omega Moore Jones that is pictured with Coretta.
He was assassinated in '68.
Okay.
What was the name? What King? What the name? I'm sorry, I'm getting my names confused. We were looking up,
Coretta Scott King.
and there
Angela
was
King and Frida Moore.
Angela King. Gratitude.
My head is starting to hurt. Okay, I'll send it to Charmy. But the people at home are also Googling shit because they're sending it to me.
They say this is teamwork over here, man.
I really feel like I'm missing something.
Are we spelling Frida Freda or Freeda?
Listen, I done spelled it all the ways. Freda, Freeda, Frida.
I'm trying to see.
Would she be with Coretta like at these feminist places? Because there's women there.
Yeah, like I'm looking for like you know how they used to have the pictures and all of them would be there and at the bottom it'll show you all the names of the people
Mm-hmm.
that are
I
actually
can't
photoed
find
with
it.
those type of individuals. That's what I'm trying to look for, but it's like nothing is popping
Because I
up.
found a lady with Coretta who has pointed glasses, but there's no name to her. She's like right next to her.
Yeah, she is.
But I can't find a name to her.
Huh, well, let me see. Let me look this up. Let me see. I didn't even know that Coretta King um, was she did advocacy for the LGBTQ. I did not know that. It says she later broadened her scope to include both advocacy for LGBTQ rights and opposition to apartheid.
All the Freedom Moors I'm finding are very light skinned today.
What do you mean when you say that? That's fine.
Like, but this these no, these pictures aren't old enough. Never mind.
I'm just seeing a whole bunch of shit for 1968. I'm telling you, that damn Shirley Chisholm, that's who I kept seeing. I'm so confused on that shit. I don't know. 1965, exploring civil rights. I believe you were in there with them because it's something about 1965, and I'm looking it up and I see what Aubrey was talking about. Oh, my nose. Greetings, everybody. Greetings.
Greetings, y'all.
Here, let me put up the link for the email, you guys. I see some people requesting the email.
I just looked up and saw what Allison said, and I was just looking it up exactly what she put in there, that Frida could also be a nickname, because when I was researching, a lot of the Fridas connect to the name Winifred. So it may even go
Oh,
deeper. And I literally just typed in, I want to show you my business, Winifred Moore 1965. And I was going to type in Winifred friend too and search with that name as well. So that's something to think about too, Chaz.
Greetings to everybody tuning in. We are on a past eon hunt right now, just in case you don't know what's going on. Um, so that's why we're kind of quiet and everybody's kind of just researching. Cousins are helping us research these names as well, just in case y'all tuning in and don't know. It's like, what's going on? Okay.
right. Well, but this has been very interesting, and we'll definitely let you know what we find if we find anything. And when I do this, I don't promise anything. If I'm able to connect and find some things, then I definitely will um, give you some stuff. A lot of the Frida Moores are white.
Mm-hmm.
What about Frida Mitchell? Very well could be. You know what I mean? Like, so
Can I just say something also?
mhm.
Because this goes back to last night when you gave me mine. Um, a lot of us have done a lot and have not been credited for it. And I mean, that's a testimony to my own life within this eon. Um, Hundreds of years from now, there may never be a Google that can find the things that I've created or I've been a part of musically. Only those who know me would know that, you know? And so, with saying that, I want to know also, Quatiter, the work that we could be doing as far as altar work and connecting with our alternates, even if we don't find the information, because again, there's a lot of books that we are not credited in, and herstories are usually rewritten with history as well. So I want to keep that in mind. But
I
what does that work look like?
I would say, like, speaking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Call it out to your soul, your oversoul, as some people call it, the many lives that you have encompassed, you know, ask for them to come forward and speak with you and show you, so you can connect on a deeper level, so you will understand who you are, who you were, so you can move forward and again heal those things, you know, and maybe tap into the keys of success to bring success forward into this eon, you know. So I would say that.
I do see that even with Chaz and what she has been doing with preparing us as feminine to travel and to know how to protect ourselves. That has been a major focus, her keeping us safe and secure and knowing and aware in regards to our everyday walk. And even with the vocal alchemy for me, and I'm diving into vocal toning and the magic that is vocal toning. Like I need to know everything now. There's parts of Aubrey now when she goes and she watches her biopic pics. Um, when she that one's in the book too, just in case you were wondering. When she goes and watches her biopic pics, there's certain parts of her that can connect in the work that, in regards to the confidence and the work, the push through to get the things done that she's been saying she's going to get done. So that's really dope. I love that. Gratitude, governess.
Miss Lachelle says a chant that she uses, I call of me back to me, past, present, and future. That's always something to do and to think about. That's great. You know what I'm saying? So also trust yourself when you hear it. Ask yourself, your past self, your oversoul, um, what can I put up on the altar for you to help to work with me more? And trust yourself, whatever you heard, put it up there. You know what I'm saying? And trust yourself on in that, you know. Greetings from the Poconos.
Absolutely.
Well, um,
You know what I was thinking about? Possibly if you, Chaz, would, if you're into like documentaries or stuff like that, just kind of look into some documentaries with Shirley Chisholm and then Coretta Scott and see what could possibly come up because usually when they do that, they're digging, they're finding pictures, they're finding those powerful moments. And
mhm.
if you were there, you know, hey, you could possibly come and they could probably mention you and say, this lady, so and so and so and so, but she went by this name. Like a lot of that could possibly help. So, any documentary, anything that you can probably pull up to see anything that could possibly work too, because we all understand they're trying to erase our history. So, it could be very much so erased.
Yeah, definitely am. Cause I honestly want to know too. Like that's deep.
Yep. I definitely plan to get on YouTube, start looking for John Deere and John Boy and John and okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
Absolutely. Y'all, what were you gonna
What
say,
is this
Malik?
face? I'm sorry. What is this face? What is happening right now with my
Yeah, what's
friend?
wrong?
Should I wait for pillow talk with a Q?
me, listen, I'm thinking about 25 different things right now at the same time.
Okay, okay.
You all, this has been a phenomenal show. We appreciate you tuning in. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Hopefully, you've learned something. And yeah, we love you. Like always, don't trust no genome. Don't trust no G night. Solitude de wa.